What up, Liam's Lexus Build 2 here. This is going to be the story of how I drove my 1993 Corolla that had a leaking trans line, leaking oil, I'm not sure from where exactly, a semi-locked brake caliber, a bad axle, and pretty bald tires, and I drove it all the way from Florida to Colorado in one shot with my friend after staying up all night the night before, drinking and getting drunk and having a party. So let's get into the video. If that wasn't frozen, you might think it'd be Florida. Alright, so this story starts out kind of weird because it was summer 2015, right? And in summer 2015, I had a little problem where I got caught getting drunk and dabbling with drugs, and I was 19 turning 20 in May of 2015. I had my YouTube channel up at the time. It wasn't named Liam's Lexus Build at that time, because I had the Corolla, obviously. But in May of 2023, May of 2015, I just turned 20. I was going to Rutgers to hang out with my older brother, going to college parties, getting fucked up, getting drunk. And they noticed I was getting high. I mean, we're all taking pills and shit, but I was really getting fucked up. So I ended up going to rehab to Florida. I flew down to rehab, the whole big thing, whatever. I do 3 months there, and it's August now, mid-August. I'm doing really good there. And they shipped my car down from New Jersey to Florida, and I picked it up in Jacksonville, actually. It's called Beaches Recovery. It's a horrible, horrible place. I pick it up at like 12 at night, meet the truck driver and the house manager, because there's also like a sober living type of setup, but this isn't about that. It's like a sober living and we go to rehab during the day type of deal. But I meet up, the house manager comes to check in the car too, make sure no drugs in it, and I got to drive it back. Any other person would have gotten in trouble. I was really like good there, right? So blah blah blah. These two people I were in the rehab with got kicked out like a month prior. They're living in a hotel, getting high and fucking drunk and all this. So I meet up with them because I got some money to fix the car. Because, like I said, I had all those problems: the axle, lock caliper, leaking trans and oil, all that. So I ended up using that money to get high and fucked up. So when they called me, I got kicked out of rehab, and I kept the spare key in my car because the owner of this place is a real dirtbag. And I knew if he kicked me out, he wasn't going to give me the key to my car, because based on other people who they did the same thing to. So this way, well, no, he wouldn't kick you out. He would make you restart on level 1. And then he would kick you out and then wait a certain amount of time before he legally had to get the key back, something like that. So he kicks me out, and I asked for my keys, like, nope, I can hold it for blah, 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 72 hours, blah, blah, so he can make it as hard as possible, because what they want to do is they want you to go to detox, right? So you go to detox, and then, from detox, you go back to the rehab because they don't have a detox, and that's what he wants. And because I was smart enough, I kept the spare key because I knew I'm not going to detox. I'm already detoxed by the time they found out the UA and all that. So he's like, well, you don't got a car. Where are you going to sleep? What are you going to do? Not knowing, A, did have a car because I had my spare key, and 2, I had the phone number of these two people, the girl and the dude that I was cool with in the rehab, like tight with and shit. So I hit them up. Oh, and then I pulled a spare key out of my pocket. I'm like, cocksucker, what the fuck you gonna do now, bro? Give me my fucking key. And it's like, you son of a bitch, you never really wanted to get sober, huh? You were trying to sneak and deal and do whatever you need to do to get high and fuck over the program that only cares about you. I'm like, well, whatever, give me my key. And then ends up talking to the real owner. He was like below the owner. And I got my key back, got everything I need, and I left. I went and picked up these people. We hung out for a day, and we went to the hotel. And the girl, because I wasn't the first person that got high with them, so the owner of the rehab calls the girl up, and he tells her, yo, I'll pay for your ticket to fly you home, because he thought she was the one getting all the drugs. No, she was part of it. The other dude was the one getting the hotel, though. So he's like, I'll pay for your hotel, and I'll get you plane to fly out of here tomorrow. So she says, okay. So we're all together. My friend has some money, oh yeah, he pays for a hotel for it too. So we're like, yeah, bro, he has no idea I'm with you, and he has no idea we're gonna use this money to get fucking drunk tonight, and then drop you up to the airport, fly out. So we do all that. We get drunk, stay up all night hanging out, and yeah, all that. So we drop her up to the airport, she flies home. My boy has a huge crush on this girl, though, right? So he has a huge crush, and he misses her, and he's like, bro, would you drive out from Jacksonville to Colorado right now, bro? Like, imagine. I'm like, bro, to be honest, I'm not allowed back home. Parents don't let me. I'm not going back to that rehab. They tried calling me the night before, and they found out I was with her getting drunk, and they're like, come back, I got a bed for you. You know, to stay here, you gotta go detox, well, at least stay at night. I'm like, well, fuck you. So, yeah, so he calls his rich dad, and his rich dad gives him just enough money in gas and food for like a day for us to drive out to Colorado. So it's like 3 p.m. at this point. I've been up for, about 30 hours, right? And at 3 p.m. we leave. We take Route 10 to Mississippi. It was Mississippi, yeah. And of course, when we get into Mississippi, it's like 2 a.m. the first night, something like that. And we hit mad traffic. We're in bumper-to-bumper traffic for 2 hours. And as soon as it opens up, bro, as soon as the roads open up, wouldn't you fucking know it, my back tire that was bald pops in the Corolla, and my car fishtails out, and it was a it was downhill, semi coming downhill, and I hear the jig engage, and go, brrrr, and then I caught back up it, and I got off the side of the road, and I had a donut that you're only allowed to do 55 miles an hour in, and I've used that donut before, so it didn't have much life left, and it was the middle of the night, and we had to keep pushing. So, middle of the night, I'm driving, and what's it called? I'm driving, I'm doing like 50 miles an hour, and then sun comes up, his parents wake up, stepmom wakes up, and we're like, yo, what are we gonna do? We don't have money for a tire. And she's like, I'll call some Firestones in Texas along your route, and see if they'll pay with a phone for a tire. You put the tire on the car, and he can pay me back whenever he has money. So that's what we do. But the thing is, she scheduled it in the middle of fucking Texas, and it was still like 900 miles away from where we popped the tire, and we're limping a donut, and donuts aren't made to go 900 miles straight through at 50 miles an hour. So we're doing like 50 fucking miles an hour, and we only had like 300 miles left to that, or 400 miles left to the point at that, the Firestone, because we were driving 4 or 5 hours before they woke up. So we're driving there, and yeah, we're driving there, and we get there, and they're like, holy shit, you boys from Jersey? And I'm like, I'm from Jersey, he's from Florida. We're coming from Florida. It's like, damn, you boys drove from fucking Jersey to Florida in this old-ass Corolla, and then drove it here, and you getting a tire here. What you boys doing out here? And I'm like, well, we're not stopping here. We just stopped here to get a tire, because it was a little ways off the highway we were on, right? And so we get the tire put on, and yeah, this is before Dallas, and we start heading to Dallas at this point. And if you know anything about Dallas traffic, and get this is like the late August, like it had to be like August 30th at this point. So it got cold at night in like Mississippi and that area, because we were in Mississippi for a while, because we cut across and then cut north and then crossed again. So we were in Mississippi for a while, and it was nice and chill at night, cold, whatever. That's when I should have fucking had my boy sleep so we could switch turns. But I was determined. No one's driving my car. I know what's wrong with it. The brakes are sticking, axle, whatever. I don't want them doing 85 miles an hour, whatever, all that. So I drove, and then we got hit in Dallas traffic. We have no AC because the 93 Corolla wasn't optioned with it. And bro, that sun had baking on my skin, boy. It was like 100 fucking degrees that day, and there was still some humidity, not a lot though, which it fucking sucked, honestly. And we work our way after that to random McDonald's. I don't know I don't know which highway this was exactly in Texas, but the exits didn't make no sense. You have no signs telling you where to go. The speed limit's like 80 fucking miles an hour, so people are flying by you if you don't know where you're going. And the exits were like W31254 seat A, and then the next one's no like it's all random, like seat A Z451094 ZB. And so we're driving that, and my mom's mad at me at this point. It's morning time. She figured out I left, and she was mad. So then, like 4 hours later, she turns my service off on my phone. So we're stuck driving the wrong fucking way, and we only had exactly enough money to get there, and we all ended up having a flat. We needed to get oil for my car and trans fluid, and we needed water, which we didn't account for in some money, because his dad's rich, but he's cheap as fuck, right? So we end up going to a bathroom, right? Oh no, this didn't happen yet. We end up going to McDonald's and wait for my mom to turn the service back on, because he had a phone too, but it was one of them burner flip phones or whatever. So we get a hold of my mom and then my dad, and my dad gets her to turn it back on. So she turned it back on while we're in a McDonald's, and I'll put the picture in here. And I ate all that, or no, I ate all that. He had like 4 or 5 of them, and then he had the same amount on his tray, because there was some deal going on or whatever, right? All right, so after we left the McDonald's, we got on our way again, and this is where shit started getting bad for me, because I was awake for 48 hours, 50 hours at this point, and actually long, about that, about 48 to 54 hours range I was awake for at this point. So we kept driving. It started and then we start driving again, and we see one of these like rest stops where it's just 2 bathrooms, women and men's, and it looks like a campground bathroom in the middle of nowhere in Texas, up in the northern part of Texas, and it's crazy too because we went in there because we both ate a lot, and like I'm not trying to sound gross, I blew the bathroom up, and my friend went in there. He had a stomach ache. He was gonna blow it up too, right? He goes in there, smells what I did, and he immediately sits down, takes a crap, and throws up all over the walls of the bathroom. And I just hear this. I'm like, oh shit, man, I gotta get out of here before I throw up. And then he walks out. He's like, oh god, man. So I go in there and look, bro, there was throw up all over the place, and the toilet was clogged and shit. It was crazy. And we left. And then from there, it was pretty smooth getting to Colorado the rest of the way. And from there, we drove and we made it. It started getting dark out. I started hallucinating at this point, seeing trains crossing. And I was in that point of Texas where if you drove the towns, you would be doing 80, and then a town would appear, and you have to slow down to 25 to 35. And then the highway would come back. It was like one of those parts of Texas. So I was seeing trains, and I was hallucinating the towns coming up, and it was just bad, dude. And then we made it into, I think it was New Mexico at this point, and to be honest, I don't remember much after this trip because I was bad. I was bad shape at this point. We ended up getting there. It's like 4 a.m. We pull off on a dirt side street, and I put sheets up around my windows. I already had full dark tints in this car. You can see in the pictures in the video, obviously. But I have full dark tints in this car, and my back right window is smashed out because I locked my keys in my car right before I went down to Florida to go to rehab. So I smashed it out and put cardboard over it. So next morning we hear, "The fuck are you doing?" And then we ignore that. And then like an hour later, I hear a tractor, diesel tractor. It's like, and then like the loudest redneck voice ever saying, "Y'all better get the fuck up out of here." In like a redneck voice, even though there's like no rednecks like that in Colorado. It was clear he wasn't from there, but he was living there. And we were parked in the middle of a fucking dirt service road, bro. It was crazy. And then from there, like, dude, it was crazy. Like, we got this hotel room, and we would get drunk every day, and do drugs, and we met up with that girl. That girl had no interest in him, pretty much left us abandoned after she promised that she'd pay for a room for us or sneak us into her parents' house, which never happened. So we got a room for like a week and got drunk. And I'm like, bro, I'm gonna go pick up a chick. You care if I bring a chick back to the room? And he's like, nah, bro, I don't give a fuck. But he had no idea I was serious about this. So I left and I picked up a chick, and there, it was a fucking homeless chick, but she was a year older than me, and she didn't look homeless because she just got dropped off there by her parents, so she wasn't truly homeless yet. And let her in the room, and I didn't try nothing with her the first night. But yeah, fucking hooked up with her, fucking, and what was that, third night at a hotel, and then she hung out with us and gave us like free drugs, and yeah, and then I ended up, my friend ended up going to a homeless shelter, and I stayed back because because I liked this chick, and I hung out with her one last night. I told my mom I was going to unalive myself, so she called the homeless shelter, and homeless shelter only dealt with married families or women and children, and because of that, because of that, fucking, I couldn't stay at the homeless shelter, but she picked me up, bought me a hotel room, food. I walked 4 miles to go back to this chick at the motel, and then hung out with her one last night, getting fucked up, partying, and then lady picked me up again the next day. I hugged the chick goodbye in Colorado, and that was it. I flew back home to New Jersey on 9/11/2015. And if you're wondering what happened to my Corolla, I actually junked it because the thing was falling apart. I tried selling it at first, but I didn't have the title with me. It was back in Jersey, so I junked it because we were going to be homeless, so I needed a room. So did that. I wish I never did that, but yeah. So that's a story time of how I drove my 1993 22-year-old Corolla on its last leg from Florida to Colorado, over 2,000 miles, and I was up 70 hours by the time we got there, hallucinating. And yeah. So if you guys enjoy stories like that, let me know. I got tons of them I could tell you guys. So yeah, remember to comment, rate, subscribe. Any questions, leave in the comments below. I'll be sure to answer them if I can. So yeah, peace.
Breaking news. Lions Lexus Build 2 got motion.